It has been a few months since our last visit to the West. Backpacking Grand Canyon's Tuntu Trail was full of logistical problems, yet was full of adventure and holds a place in our hearts. So after a short hiatus from backpacking, it was time to visit the West once again. This time, the very high altitude mountains of Wind River Range. There is only one problem though. We live in Florida and very much prone to altitude sickness. So after a month of preparation and a lot of running, man, we flew to Salt Lake City in Utah, visited the local REI for supplies, and drive 4 hours to Pinedale, Wyoming to at least acclimatize for a day. The drive was scenic, a classic example of the West's stunning landscape. Amazing rock formations in a variety of colors, and vast open space as far as the eyes could see greeted us. Acclimatization normally takes several days that we don't have. So after a good night's sleep, we drove 2 hours to the trailhead. It felt like another Grand Canyon trip again upon seeing another tire issue. But are already at Big Sandy Trailhead and have a long day ahead. We'll just have to deal with it later. The parking lot was packed despite not seeing other vehicles along the way. Even surprised to see vehicles of different sort manage to reach the area despite the unwelcoming road.
Kanang kuan. Zip code. Mura kog langupya.
The plan was to hike 12 miles the first day, initially following the Continental Divide Trail, then veering right to Shadow Lake to camp for the night. Next day is to hike 4 miles to Lonesome Lake over Texas Pass, 3 miles on the third day to Big Sandy Lake, and 5 miles on the fourth day all the way back to the trailhead. Mosquitoes, they're just everywhere. There's a lot of them, they're annoying. A few of them bit me, but they're not that bad yet. So hopefully they're just annoying. High altitude sickness sitting in. I don't know if it's part of altitude sickness, yawning a lot and then feeling sleepy. Let's Google it afterwards. Okay, so we just got out of the woods and into this open field. The prairie is so beautiful. The flowers are in full bloom. took a coffee break and enjoyed a view of the winds in perspective. We were surprised how heavily trafficked the trail is, and put Bubsy's fear of grizzly bear at ease. This is grizzly bear country after all. The trail passes along multitude of lakes. First stop is Mirror Lake. And soon after, we reached Dad's Lake. We replenished our water supply at a nearby water crossing. There is plenty of water source on this hike and water is not an issue.
Smile naman dyan. We are taking a break frequently. The elevation gain in this trail is not that high, but the altitude is just messing up with our body. We're like extra exhausted, extra tired.
In the beginning, like the first 2 hours. The first 2 hours was hard. Now it's better. My heart rate, the first 2 hours was like 140s while walking and short of breath. It's not short of breath, Papa, no. It's hard, just hard. It's like no oxygen. But
And
now it's fine. A little bit fine. I'm fine.
and the fact that we have to finish 12 miles today, so that it'll be easier for us tomorrow when we pass the highest point, which is around 11,000 plus feet elevation.
We soon reach Marms Lake. After this, we'll be breaking off the CDT trail and veer right towards Shadow Lake.
We already passed by Marms Lake and we're hoping to reach Shadow Lake. There is a storm behind us, and we're hoping that we could reach Shadow Lake before the storm hits us.
We couldn't outrun the dark clouds and decided to switch to our rain gears. We hunkered down for a while to avoid any lightning strikes. Eventually, dark clouds just passed us by and we moved on. We reached a water crossing where a crowd was regrouping. This crowd is from Utah and is also headed towards Shadow Lake.
We are nearing Shadow Lake. If my guess is right, it should be around that area. Around the area, I think. Ooh. I think we're still around 10 miles or 11 miles. But we're tired, hungry, and cold. Temperature started to dip. Hoping we could still reach with daylight.
In time, we reached Shadow Lake. The large group was already encamped, but we managed to find a secluded spot near to a water source.
This is how bad the mosquitoes are in the Wind River range. Without this, it is so annoying, and you need to wear those mosquito repellents. But the scenery is beautiful though. Let me show you. I think this is the Cirque of the tower. If not, you could actually see the actual circling of the towers behind this after we cross the Texas Pass. I think our viewers would prefer us to wear the masks. Mosquito nets.
I'm not one of those who easily can open up and let somebody close.
The 12-mile hike was exhausting and demoralizing.
I'm not one of those.
And on that note, we retreated to our tent as the sun fades gradually behind the mountains, leaving a cold chill in the air as the moon watched over us.
Some people might say I am afraid, but I just do things my own way. I don't know why, guess I don't like people pleasing. And sometimes they don't see what defines me, but I don't need them honestly, cause I got you. Everybody else.
Sakto. Kaya di na to dawaton lang answer. Pagagi ba pa? Mananaw ba sa try?
They know how to look for spots where there's skin. I think they have infrared. They know where the warm. We just witnessed a kamikaze mosquito.
Okay pa ako pa.
The mosquitoes were as bad in the morning as they were in the evening.
All the bugs. Yeah.
Bugs. Bad bugs.
You can see all the bugs from the light.
Nakita pa pa?
Mm-hmm. We're headed back to the main trail, and today we'll be hitting Texas Pass. I hope it's not that bad as they say it is. This will be a grueling 4-mile hike, I think. We'll see.
You said it's 3. Oh, you said it's 3. Liar.
It's 4 because we have to go to
hell.
we have to go to the lake, and
Liars go to hell. You said 3 miles.
we have to go to the lake.
White lies can be helpful at times.
Where are we stopping again?
For where?
Why?
Why? Change of costume. It's so hot.
Yeah, we have to make sure that we don't surprise any bears while hiking. This is grizzly territory, and I don't want to get mauled by any grizzly bear. Hey bear! Hey bear!
Okay, come kayo. Di ba kita? Kaya sa bag.
It was a beautiful time of the day by the time we reached Billy's Lake. We stopped for a while to take in the view.
Nice.
Okay, so if I'm not wrong, Texas Pass should be behind this mountain, and we should be able to see it once we reach the corner.
A little further was a stream crossing before we arrived at Barry Lake. Patches of ice still covered some part of the trail and can be quite slippery. Oblivious to the route ahead, I still haven't showed her the path. I'd like to see the look in her face once I pointed it out. This is an uphill climb and the most challenging part of the trail, and also the most rewarding.
So, do you know where Texas Pass is?
No, I think it's over there. Where? That one?
So, Texas Pass is right over there. So don't mistake in those rocks there. They look like pebbles, but they are like boulders like this size. Like this size. So you could hardly see anybody hiking there.
No, I think I can
Too
see
small.
one
Oh
from the-
yeah.
It's coming down. Upstairs. Yeah, yan na siya.
So this is Texas Lake. This is the last lake before heading up to Texas Pass. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. It's not as bad as it looks coming from Grand Canyon's Bright Angel, but
We'll see.
it is full of boulders and loose rocks. So at least Bright Angel has a trail and it's already zigzag. But we'll see. We'll keep you
Come
updated.
on, come here, boy. Come on. You freaky dog. I don't need to analyze. Every word that comes out is a lie. Make it look like it's so ice, ice, ice. You won't make it to the finish line. Now if you gotta know the truth was gonna let you go. It was fine, never mind. Unpredictable. Feet high off the ground, you ain't no one. You a star, blow it up like supernova. In the nighttime, hit my hotline. Sharing secrets, you wish really was part your life. Basic bullets, with no bullets. Does your wifey know you're begging for my notice? Promise you're the same, running for the meds. Show you like my vibe, pass my candy on my wrist. Bad habits, little rabbit. Now sit down, you can have it. I see it when you walk my way. Nice big head, come and play with me. Freaky dog, freaky dog. Got a whole lot of love for my dog. I see it when you walk my way. Nice big head, come and play with me. Freaky dog, now show how freaky you are.
So I'm just gonna be away for 1 hour. Please don't break anything. And I might have a surprise for you.
Give me a miracle. I need a syllable. Talking about big cash, that's the minimum. I'm done with this trash. Thought to be critical. Show me your mental state before we get physical. Pour some water in your cup, let it drip, drip, drip. Now look straight into my eyes, then you sip, sip, sip. It's about time, let you shine. Take off that leash so that we can have some fun. I see it when you walk my way. Nice big bed, come and play with me. Freaky dog, freaky dog. Got a whole lot of love for my dog. I see it when you walk my way. Nice big bed, come and play with me. Freaky dog, freaky dog.
was one more big patch of ice before we could see what lays ahead. And then you could clearly see the big smile on our faces as the view suddenly opened up on the Cirque of the towers. Truly, a sight to remember that will last a lifetime. Cirque of the Towers is a stunning semicircle formation of multiple craggy peaks that surround Lonesome Lake, and is part of the Continental Divide in the Wind River mountain range. Then proceeded downhill towards the lake. Just couldn't get enough of this sight.
Another 20 years of work.
We're finally at the lake.
Camping is allowed at least quarter of a mile away from Lonesome Lake. Although heavily trafficked, we still managed to find a beautiful campsite just in time. We're still adjusting to the altitude. It's hard to focus even with just simple chore.
Oxygen! Brain and motor is not doing this. Whew. Oy, bitay para ikato lang. Dito ay.
Hey, our dinner is corned beef again with rice. We brought along hydrated foods, but after eating it yesterday, it just doesn't cater to our palate. So we're back to corned beef and rice. And tomorrow we'll just deal with eggs and noodles. Hydrated food is just not for us.
I've said it many times, I know I would change my ways, I know for sure. When all the crows decide to meet, they settle down beneath my feet. I've got it right and I got it wrong, but I learned my lesson hanging on. Come sit here with me by the fire and let it go for a little while. So be here as the night starts falling. Let my fingers walk over your head. We got nothing to be scared of. I'd rather be with you than by myself. Now all is in your hands.
This is our camps. So this is our campsite. And Popsy is preparing.
Preparing to go.
Popsy is preparing our stuff. We're breaking up camp.
And I saw the angels coming down, and they sang a song, they sang it loud. And I still remember parts of it, and the yellow glorious will it. Won't you be my guide and let me follow? Can I hold your hand for old time's sake?
We're moving away from the lake and we're headed up to Jackass Pass. Thank you, Cirque of the Tower. Such a gorgeous sight.
As we hiked up the valley, we keep on looking back at the scenery. Not sure if we could come back here someday.
So we came from Texas Pass yesterday. Right there. That's the saddle. That's where we went up and then go down here and towards the lake. So awesome. Cirque of the Tower. Circus of the Towers. We're almost at the we're almost at the Jackass Pass. If any of you is wondering why we climb mountains, this is it. And also, as Walter Mitty used to say, we are pushing the boundaries of the human spirit. I think he can say it better.
I'm Walter Mitty.
Cheryl. Melhoff. Where have you been?
Testing the limits of the human spirit.
I'd like to climb your hair, test that out.
After Jackass Pass, we had a sigh of relief as the trail will all be downhill from now on. There are two options as we reach Arrowhead Lake. We decided to take the rocky trail as the other route involves us to climb up a hill. It was a good idea at the time, but it turned out to involve a little bit of rock scrambling, which consumed a lot of time.
Just came from up there. That trail is rocky, full of boulders and just rocks. I don't think it's a trail for dogs.
We found a shade under a huge boulder and took a break.
Cirque of the Tower hike. Powered by
Noodles!
Noodles again.
And egg.
Yeah.
Eggs. And eggs.
Yeah, we brought a lot of hydrated food, but we just couldn't bear to eat it. So we're stuck with noodles and canned beef, corned beef. But we ran out of corned beef, so we'll just stick with noodles and eggs
Eggs. We still have
for the rest of
6
trail.
eggs left. Whoa. Whoa. I'm gonna break it. 6 eggs. Yeah.
So we'll just have to strategize.
Yes.
Going down in elevation. We're headed to Big Sandy Lake, and it should be downhill from now.
We eventually reached North Lake.
Taking a break. It's not all the way downhill. There are some uphills, but most of it is downhill. Taking a break with this view. Nilili. Yeah. Yeah.
We pass some more patches of wild flowers, a sign we are nearing lower altitude.
We're finally at Big Sandy Lake. This will be our campsite for tonight.
We arrived early and able to snatch up a campsite with overlooking view of Big Sandy Lake.
Afternoon thunderstorms. This is pretty much common here. Summer afternoon thunderstorms. So we're inside the tent and we're just gonna wait it out. Then we'll prepare our dinner. So for now we'll just count how many mosquitoes are there waiting for us outside our mesh.
The storm clouds then disappeared beyond the peaks as fast as it appeared. Preparing coffee. Is this afternoon snacks or is this dinner?
Dinner.
Oh, it's dinner.
Early dinner.
Early dinner
Because it's going to
before
rain.
the mosquitoes comes out.
And the rain comes down.
And just look at the view, so lovely.
Lovely. It's lovely. Can you? Lami
Cappuccino.
combination of this.
Is that cappuccino? Cappuccino.
Cappuccino. Uy! Kamikaze! And this is nice. Not sweet, but strong.
I normally don't drink coffee again. But with views like this, who needs a coffee shop? So Bubsy and I were talking about our um, altitude sickness, or was it? No, it's not. It wasn't altitude sickness.
Altitude.
It was just
symptoms.
the.
It's symptoms.
It was just the altitude at Lonesome Lake. It has a high altitude that we were breathing hard, even for
like a
small
few
chores,
steps, like 5 steps, you have
or
to
like
stop.
fixing our food. We're always like having a hard breath. Hard breath, or
No,
so we don't know what's the proper term to use. Is it
breathless. It's breathless. It's breathless. Yeah, out of breath.
okay? So
Yeah, it's
we're out of breath or shortness of breath.
I think the proper is out of breath.
Okay.
You know? Yeah.
So I told her that is take my breath away the same, or is breath taking the same as out of breath? Our English is kind of like, yeah, it's confusing for me. So
Breathtaking.
oh, the view is breathtaking. The altitude is breathtaking as well. Or take my breath away. Yeah, it's hard to think when you're in high elevation. The altitude somehow affects you.
It made me dumb.
Yeah, that's why we were like laughing. There could be a part 3 to Dumb and Dumber and Dumbest.
Yeah. You can't really think like clearly.
Yeah, you cannot
Your
think clearly.
decision making's altered. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe because of lack of oxygen from the air around us, because it's like, I don't know, it's just dumb.
Anyway, we're at a lower altitude and we should be heading home tomorrow morning towards the trailhead. So we have all of this. All of this.
You couldn't take it.
Yeah,
You
so
didn't take it.
what is that? Fettuccine Alfredo. Beef stew. Unfortunately, our system couldn't take it in, so we just have to deal with noodles.
We
Yeah,
are picky.
we're picky in a good way, in a cheap way. We can survive with just noodles and sardines.
Yeah, we survived
That's how we survive in the
in
Philippines,
the Philippines during typhoon
typhoons.
season.
As long as you have can of sardines and
yeah,
noodles,
noodles and eggs.
yeah, you can survive
Yeah.
the calamity.
Yes, that is true.
Tired of your bullshit. I'm tired of your voice. I'm getting tired of the way you leave me hanging with no choice. If you would ask me long ago, back when you seduced me, yeah, I felt like a domino, but I knew you were liability. He said, baby, I've been dying to see you. Almost thought we were through. I've been busy hanging with my boys, but you look stunning. I forgot how fine you are, but I didn't forget to give you a call. I was just busy with, oh, shut up, shut up, such a dumb. It's almost funny. Got the lips of an angel, got the eyes of a beast, got the hands of a helper, got me weak to my knees. If you would ask me long ago, already knew you were poison. Yet I felt like a domino when you showed up here. He said, baby, I've been dying to see you. Almost thought we were through. I've been busy hanging with my boys, but you look stunning. I forgot how fine you are.
We are on our way back to the trailhead, and we're just following this stream all the way.
I would like to thank all of you for following along. And if you guys like this video, please check our other videos as well. Thank you guys for watching.
Morning! Hey. The fine horses there. Finally made it to the junction that we started, I think, 4 days ago.
Oh, shut up, shut up.
So we finally made it to the trailhead. We experienced firsthand Cirque of the Towers in Wind River Range here in Wyoming.
It's almost funny.
Yeah.
Although I call cry myself to sleep.
We're hungry.
I know you're bad for me.
Warm
I have
bath.
to lay my hands on this bad
Oh God.
you.
We're having a flat tire again. Look at that. We're back at it again. I don't know why we always have a flat tire.
Di malasun gagnahong. Lami laging kaon unta.
SUV.
Ha?
SUV.
Siguro gihapon.
Here we are again with that donut tire, and we still have to drive all the way across this. I hope we can make it to the nearest town.
I've been giving you the worst of me. Now you wanna stay the night. Pretty how you work hard for me. Why forgetting how to talk? Nah, I don't like no humble beats. Just go and spice it up. Now it's time to marinate. And right after we're done, I like it when you're looking like that. I like it when you check. I like it when you're looking like that. Or shy to find out my reaction. I like it when you look like that. Don't wanna watch your bugger with a white mouth down. Just like it when you're looking like that. No sweets, no rush, can't my attraction. Don't think twice, I'm here for a moment. No, I can't better. I got a church, but it's something better. Like it lasts forever. I've been giving you the worst of me. Now you wanna stay the night. Pretty how you work hard for me. Why forgetting how to talk? Nah, I don't like no humble beats. Just go and suss it up. Now it's time to marinate. And right after we're done, I've been giving you the worst of me. Give me a second, let me think. I know we can agree. I'm off the leash. Go down on your knees. I got PhD. I'm all that you need. Just give me those. I've been giving you